Hello viewers, 4DIYers here with another video for everyone. In this particular video here, I'll be showing you how to install weatherproof connectors. Weatherproof connectors are the same style which is used on your vehicle. These are intended to keep any moisture or dirt out of the connection, things that cause electrical faults. I bought these online. I have the cheaper versions which work good, but there are a higher quality version available for more money. These come in a single, 2, 3, 4 and up pin connectors. There's a wide variety depending on your application. With a custom bumper I made for the Tacoma, instead of using old license plate lights, I switched over to an LED light that has a grommet and fits into a round hole. First was determining the polarity of the lights as they didn't come with a diagram. For those of you wiring up LED lights, they only work in one orientation. They're not like an incandescent bulb which can switch the positive and negative wires. The old plugs were cut off. Then I stripped the wires, exposing about a 1/4 inch of conductor. Twist the conductor so the strands are tied together. This will keep everything neat and prevent the strands from sticking out. With the weatherproof connectors, these will come with rubber seals for each wire. Install these onto the wire. This will fit on top of the insulation. The base should be even with the exposed conductor. Included with the connectors is also pins, both male and female ends. In order to crimp the connectors, you will need a special tool. I did review this a while back. There are different versions available on the market. Some are more expensive than others. They typically have interchangeable jaws, and you'll need to pick the correct jaws for the application. The terminals will have 2 sections to crimp. One goes over the conductor, and the other goes over the rubber gasket, gripping onto the wire's insulation. The jaws are also divided into 2 segments. The larger tabs would be installed on the larger half of the jaw, and the segment that crimps onto the conductor goes into the smaller half. Here's a close-up of the jaws where the terminal goes into place. The terminal will need to be inserted in the correct size jaw so it has a snug fit and will provide a proper crimp. What I like to do first, making the installation a little easier, install the terminal into the crimper first. The jaws do have a lock, so I can apply some pressure to the terminal so it stays into place. Then insert the wire only up to the smooth portion of the rubber gasket. Tighten the crimpers. They have a ratcheting style locking mechanism. When they get tightened so far, they'll automatically release. Once they release, the connection is crimped and you're done with the terminal. Here you can see the finished terminal. There is just enough conductor where it's fully seated into the crimped portion. Don't have too much or too little. On the rubber gasket, you can also see the second portion of the crimped tabs. Again, using the same process for the opposite wire, install the terminal into the crimper. Make sure you are using the same terminal which will be installed in the one plug. If a mistake is made during the crimping process, the only way to remove the crimp connection is cutting it off, unfortunately. Install the plastic connector. The terminals install in one orientation. There can sometimes be a double locking system, one which will have a barb type tab on the terminals, so these lock into the plastic case. Then there will be another separate plastic locking tab. This one here is the red clip. Make sure both terminals are seated. Always give it a pull test to ensure they are seated correctly and you have a good connection. Snap the clip into place. Depending on the models, you may need to move the terminals back and forth so everything is properly placed. As for the LED lights on the bumper, I installed the rubber grommets on the rear to protect the wires. Due to the cold weather, the rubber can be a bit stiff to work with, so I placed the rubber grommets in a container of hot water to soften them up, making the installation easier. Next was installing the lights. The plugs for the lights are a slightly larger diameter than the LED holes, therefore the plugs get installed after the lights are in place. The wires have already been stripped from when I purchased these. Only a 1/4 inch of conductor is exposed. Install the rubber gaskets. These style of connectors are specific for the wire gauge. There are various sizes available on the market. Too small or large of a wire gauges won't allow you to create a proper crimp. The seal won't fit correctly, and you may have fitment issues in the plastic casing, and most importantly, if you're using a connector which is rated for a low amperage on a high amperage circuit, this can potentially cause a fire. Here is a close-up of the terminal and the jaws. This side will have different style terminals. Do the same process as previously. Place the terminal in the crimper, apply light tension to keep it in place, insert the wire, and then crimp the connection. Do the same for the other connection. Insert the terminals in the plastic case. Again, they only go in one orientation. For the other side of the connector, it doesn't have a retaining clip that requires to be installed after. Once snapped into place, give it a pull test to ensure they are seated correctly. When plugging in the wires, in order to keep everything fairly easy to follow, the terminals are typically numbered on each of the plugs so you can't mix up the wiring. Finally is plugging in the connection. Then you can test your circuit. New videos released every week on my channel. Be sure to hit that thumbs up button. It's a huge help to me, and leave a comment below if you found this tutorial helpful. And if you're not a subscriber, be sure to hit that subscribe button. Thank you for watching.